Hey all, here OS Reviews. As the winter season fast approaches in many places around the world, I thought it would be a good time to take a quick look at the OCOOPA UT2s Gamerpro hand warmers. Although rechargeable hand warmers aren't anything new, I would say the design on these are just a little bit more interesting and cool looking than the majority, thanks to that transparent design, and technically you get two halves in the box for keeping both your left and also right hand warm, or you can attach both together using magnets into one larger hand warmer. So it's got a bit more of a smarter design, and there are LED RGB lights inside as well for that added touch, hence that kind of Gamer Pro name, taking inspiration perhaps from something like a Nintendo Switch controller. A quick look at the specs claims to have 4 different levels of adjustable heat up to 136 degrees Fahrenheit, and comes in multiple colors. If you're not a fan of this kind of purple, you can also find it in shades of blue, black, red, in addition to other colorways as well. Pretty customizable, selling for around $40. And the 10,000 milliamp hour capacity battery also supports 18-watt fast charging, and they're also dubbing it Mag Twins because of the magnetic 2-in-1 functionality that you get in the box. And last but not least, it will last upwards of 16 hours on a full charge if you're using it in more of a minimum heat setting. If you're cranking it onto high, it will be close to around 10 hours before you have to recharge it again. In the packaging, aside from the 2 hand warmers, you also get 2 USB Type-C charging cables. Pretty thoughtful. You can charge both simultaneously as long as you have 2 ports on your computer or charger. There's also a quick user guide plus a carrying pouch. Now, 2 points which weren't explicitly clear on that page would be the 10,000 milliamp hours is the combined capacity. So on each side, there's 5,000 milliamp hours. However, what's neat is they can also be used as power banks on both the left and the right sides for charging up your smartphone when you're in a pinch. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 product, not only in the sense that you get the left and right sides, but it's a heater plus a power bank. Granted, as a power bank, again, 18-watt charging isn't necessarily the fastest speeds that we've seen. Certain GaN or gallium nitride-based chargers these days can reach 45 watts, even up to 100 watts in extreme cases, but it's not bad as an extra feature. Now, taking a closer look at the 2 sides, which are identical, we have a flap that is actually covering up the USB Type-C for charging the actual hand warmer, plus a full-size USB Type-A if you're using it as a power bank. Again, these ports are mirrored on both the left as well as the right sides, and they can snap into place pretty nicely using those magnets. It feels relatively strong as a more normal-sized hand warmer, and the rounded corners makes it pretty comfortable to hold, plus the metal alloy shell not only feels premium but conducts heat a little bit better. So it warms up almost immediately, less than 3 seconds after you turn it on, you can feel the heat. And I do like the transparent design as well. You can see the magnets as well as the circuitry, giving it a pretty cool touch if you're a fan of this mecha cyberpunk style. You can also tap and hold on the first button here for a couple of seconds to just immediately turn on the heat setting. Right now it's on the minimum level, but I can tap on it again to go into the second, third, and fourth for the highest heat. And you can also long hold on the other key here to turn on the LED lighting, taking full advantage of that transparent shell as well as that kind of gamer aesthetic that they're going for. Although some folks may think it's a little bit gimmicky, it definitely adds a cool touch when you are looking at it in the dark. As you can tell, everything just glows up, and there are RGB lights in here, so it slowly transitions into all the colors of the rainbow while you are staying warm during the cold or just placing it onto the desk as a decor item when not in use. You can operate it as a mood light or night light, and when the 2 halves are completed, you can still see a little bit of light coming out there from the edges as well. In fact, in complete darkness, this is what it looks like. It becomes even more dramatic. So really not bad from a design perspective. You can clearly tell where they took inspiration from in terms of this whole kind of gamer vibe going on. You can also tap on the key, by the way, to transition into a single color or shade instead of the kind of rainbow gradient effect. So we can toggle one at a time into a specific color, setting it at only that one color, including red, greens, blues, so on and so forth, going through those options before coming back into the gradient transition effect. And as hand warmers, overall the performance is pretty solid. You can definitely feel the heat when it's turned on. Even at the minimum setting, it remains warm, but then at the higher levels, it becomes more and more toasty. But it could be nice if you're skiing out in the snow or suffering from a power outage. This will just keep you a little bit more comfortable, working well enough as a rechargeable hand warmer. And for even more heat, if you want a continuous surface in one hand, you can just combine the 2 together. Magnets, again, are quite strong. And just for reference, when it comes to the 4 modes, this would be the temperature range. At the minimum, it will get upwards of 108 degrees Fahrenheit. Second mode is up to 117 degrees, so about 10 degrees higher, and then 127 degrees, and and then finally 137 degrees. So even the minimum is 100 degrees, and then just increases by 10 degrees each time. Also, when the heating part is turned off, we can double tap to just check on the battery percentage remaining using the blue LEDs. So depending on the number of LEDs illuminated, telling us if there's 25, 50, 75, or 100% battery left. And both hand warmers will get fully recharged in under an hour and a half from 0 to 100%. So also not bad. Again, 18 watts are both input as well as output. So that is more or less it as far as our quick hands-on review of the OCOOPA rechargeable hand warmer as part of their Union series, aka Gamerpro, adding a splash of color and a bit more fun customization to a simple hand warmer product that you can also use as a power bank now when you are in an emergency. Plus the 2-in-1 magnetic functionality I think is quite smart. And especially if you're comparing it with one-time use instant hand warmers, this can probably be more eco-friendly if you are reusing this many times, particularly if you are living in an area that often has harsh winters. Then investing in a rechargeable unit like this might be beneficial in the long run and also help the environment since you don't really have to throw out those single-use packs. Or also acting as a thoughtful gift or stocking stuffer, no pun intended. So you can check out more details if interested in the links down below. For now, that's been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. That has been the, again, OCOOPA UT2s Gamerpro.